Okay, we are live. It's Wednesday night, and we are editing a cooking show. Let's go here. Okay, so that's the thing. We've got a new thumbnail. Type show link to drop link. Let's see if we can find this thing here and make sure that we have a good chat sound. And let's see if this works. Yeah, that's good over there. That's good over there. And that's good over there. I'm curious whether I can hear myself. Can I hear myself? Let's see if I can hear myself. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, I can hear myself. That's good. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so now what are we doing here? um, AI made me do it. Okay, now let's play one game of solitaire. And then once we see if we have an audience, let's change the let's change the let's see if I go here. Can I do that? Go here. Okay, we're going to turn the sound down here. I'm just going to change. Made me cook. Let's change that. That's nice. I like that. Okay, so what we're doing, we're trying to kill some time by playing one game of solitaire. And let's see if we can win that game of solitaire. Okay, we got 5 people watching. Hello, 5 people. Come on, join the chat. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe really fast, and then we'll get your input as well, because this could be an interesting, interesting session. We're going to talk about. Hey, Suzanne Warjean, thank you for coming by to my live editing session here. Always good to see you. Always good to see you. It's always a pleasure. Let's see. Hopefully, we're going to get some more of an audience, and then we'll get on with it. I guess we've got an audience now, right? So let's. We lost that game, so let's look at our good friend Adobe here, and we've created a web a project, and we've got some video clips, and we don't have the captain talking yet. Introducing it, I did not take the time to do that. I was really going to do the salmon for tomorrow's posting, but I wanted to do something slightly different. So let's create this data, bring this into this project, and sort it, and then I'll talk about what we're trying to do here. So sorted by, make sure we can see this 50, 51. Okay, sorted in order. I think this is pretty short. Let's see, how short is it? Let's keep that. So it's 7 minutes. That's a little bit on the short side. But so what this is all about is I wanted to do a salad recipe. And for a long time, I would buy a local grocery store. I would buy a seafood salad, or they call it a Neptune salad, and basically eat it on bread. So it would be um, artificial crab, imitation crab, and some bits of shrimp, and some vegetables, and some mayo, and dressing. And that was good. So I figured I would try that. It's it's got seafood, so that's back to the sea, and um, it lets me have a salad section in the cookbook. So what I did is I went out to research different recipes for this. I looked at the grocery store version of this, and decided that let's do that. So um, the only problem with it in the actual cooking is that I used yogurt instead of sour cream, and I think the yogurt was a bit sweeter than I expected, and sour cream would have been nicer. So this is the end result. We're going to get rid of the audio track for this and get ready to build our intro. As I said, we don't have the captain talking yet, so we'll have to do that. Every recipe that I found for a shrimp salad wanted peas, and I don't totally know why. The grocery store version doesn't have peas; it has carrots, and but the peas are nice because they're a nice color, and they do add a nice taste. Okay, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to copy this, and we're going to put this at the beginning. And so our introduction is going to be, there we go, 8 seconds. There we go. We'll put it down. 7 seconds. I like that. So 7 second intro. And let's zoom out just a little bit. This is the advantage again of shooting in 4K for a project that's being edited in HD. And I guess part of the problem there is that when my hand came out to pick up the food, it cast a bit of a shadow. So I'm not super happy with that. Okay, so that's going to be our intro. And then we want to have, again, with every recipe, I put, okay, so here, part of the making. Okay, or which one do we want? So here we're cutting up the shrimp, and then we're putting it into the bowl. I like this one. It's got a little bit more action. I don't know how much I need the soundtrack here. There's no sizzle. It's basically just the sound of the spoon banging back and forth. Let's get rid of the soundtrack. And let's cut it there. We want 5 or 6 seconds. 8 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds. Okay, that's nice. Let's center that as again as well. A little bit of stuff stuck to the back of the spoon, but I think that's okay. Let's put this over here. Okay, so now this is our intro. We're looking at that, and then the captain is going to say, AI made me cook this recipe, and that's really good there. I like that. I love that. I love that. Let's just bring it up just a little bit. No, that's good. That's a good... that's a good representation of it right there. So that's my intro. And now we're going to start off with putting some noodles. Okay, so the other problem with this is those noodles were, they're prepared previously. That's nice. Okay, let's center that. Zoom out just a hair so we got some other good stuff there. I don't know if I... Okay, we'll leave the soundtrack in here for now. Okay, and now, so we've got some noodles. And we're going to cut up some celery. Going to stop there. Now, this is 46 seconds to cut up celery. So let's start here. Okay, I want to do that. Let's bring this into the middle. Is that good? Let's bring it down some more. Marijuana Marianne, hey, thank you for coming aboard. Thank you for coming aboard. I've been listening to weird static on the radio. Some interesting sounds there. Let's cut this here. And the reason I've cut this in half is I want to make this center part, where I'm just cutting off bits and pieces of 140% and bring that closer. Does that look good? That looks good. That looks good. Okay, so we're cutting up some celery. So yeah, as I said earlier, this is a ChatGPT recipe, an AI recipe for shrimp salad. Now, what's interesting is I researched about 10 different people's recipes for ideas, and I looked at a similar salad at the local grocery store that I like, and for ideas. And it was interesting that when I look at the ChatGPT recipe here, let's go back here. Where is... So the ChatGPT, what did it say? It said half pound cooked shrimp, half cup celery, half cup red onion. I didn't have red onions. I just used white. I actually used green onions. Can't remember what I used. Half cup mayonnaise, quarter cup sour cream. So here I used yogurt, but I think it was sweetened yogurt. So I wasn't that happy with that. I did not put in mustard, dill and parsley. So that was kind of, this is a nice distillation of many of the recipes I found um, online for this. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll take this ChatGPT output and put it on the screen. I like that idea. I like that idea. We'll have to figure out how to do that, whether I want to do it as text or whether I want to do it as. Hey, Eddie Benny, thank you for coming by. Just talking about how I use ChatGPT to give me a recipe for a shrimp salad. And surprisingly, it was um, it was pretty much a summary of many uh, other recipes I found online for a shrimp salad. And one of the lines, the half cup frozen peas, optional thawed, was a line directly from one of the recipes that I had done the research on. It was kind of interesting. I didn't find anybody else that was suggesting Dion mustard, but it was kind of interesting that ChatGPT would give me a pretty good recipe, and the proportions make sense in relation to what I actually did, and make sense in relation to what other people had recommended. So again, where's the green peas? So the green peas. So that I was surprised that ChatGPT would put in green peas, because when I've purchased a seafood salad or a shrimp salad, I've never come across one that had green peas, frozen peas in it. So that's kind of interesting. So yes, let's do that. Let's figure out how to talk about that. I don't 100% know. Do I want to do it in Photoshop? Do I want to do it in Adobe Premiere? I'm not 100% sure how I want to do this. Let's copy this and let's okay, can't copy it just yet. How am I going to do this? I can use the structure that I'm using now for my ingredients. Yeah, like the live, please. Like the live. Come on, hit the live. Hit the like. Let's do that now. Let's push this aside. Let's go find the standard form template that I use for ingredients. And I'm going to steal that from, what did I last do recently? Mango French toast. Let's take that one. So here, this is the, I'm going to copy all of this now because I'm going to need it later on anyway. This is my ingredient list. Let's copy that. Let's close that. And let's paste it out here. Okay, so now what I really want to do is we'll get rid of this here. So this is ingredients. So we don't want our ingredients now. But this is, okay, let's do that. Let's change this to Chat GPT recipe. Okay, I like that. Is ChatGPT in capital letters? I think it is. Let's just go ask our friend Google. Mr. Google, let's go ChatGPT. ChatGPT, yes, it has capital letters. So that's good. ChatGPT recipe. So here, what we're going to do is I'm going to take this. This is the, whoops. Hey, I didn't mean a new page. This is ChatGPT's recipe. Let's copy it. And let's paste that. This we didn't want. Let's paste that into here. So it's a little bit too much space there. Let's take out the blank lines. Okay, and let's make this higher so we can see what we're doing here. Okay, so there's nothing after that. Let's get rid of the blank line just so we don't have to deal with it. Okay, so it's a little bit too much, takes up too much space. Okay, this is too much stuff here, so let's get rid of this. We'll leave that in because in the end they used the shells. Finely chopped, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that is our ChatGPT recipe. So what I want to do, I'm going to actually take this and bring it to the front here somewhere. Where am I going to put this? We're actually going to put it in here before we start cutting up anything, right? So let's do that. Do we want it on black background, or do we want to use, like everywhere else when I'm doing this, I'm using this background. Let's put this, paste this here. And let's see what that looks like. Get rid of these keyframes here. They're related to the when I'm using this for my ingredients. So later on, this will become our ingredients, but right now our ingredients are for this. And what I'd probably like to do is, what is this text? Can I change the kerning a little bit here? So another kind of the line spacing. So can I go here? That's better. That's nice. I like that. Okay, so that's it. It's a bit easier to read. We're going to make this a little bit darker so that we can see it better. I like that. That's good, 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 good. Okay, so that's good. And yes, we're going to talk about the recipe in the same way that I'm talking about it with you now. And I'm going to actually read it. So this is going to take longer than this to maybe I'm not going to read it. How long is this right now? This is 16 seconds. You know, can I get this in 16 seconds? I don't know. I'd have to check the timing to see how long that's going to take. Okay, so that's good. I like that idea. Thank you for listening. Okay, we're cutting up some celery. And now we're cutting up some green onion. Okay, we're again going to run this at 140%. And okay, other thing, the reason for cutting that was so that we could have this we don't need that dead space there. Let's zoom out so we can see the board and the bowl. I don't know why the table moved there, so let's get rid of that little jerk. Mix that up. That's good. Mr. Russian, Flow Farm. Okay, so you changed your name. You know, you're no longer Go With The Flow. You're just Flow Farm. Nice to see you anyway. Shawarma King. There's a shawarma place on Vic Park that I took pictures of for Uber. They seem to change their name like every 2 or 3 months. Vic Park and Lawrence. It was actually pretty good shawarma. Glad to see you here. Why don't you get some and let me know what it's like. Yeah, more editing. Maybe I should make shawarma. Yeah, but the problem with making shawarma is you got to put it on a gyro. Blah, blah, blah. Too much work. Okay, so now we're going to take that and we're going to put that again. Make this smaller. Okay, can't make it any smaller than that. There we go. That's nice. I like that. You know, if you want to watch people walking around, I follow Once Upon a City. She does some really nice there's some really nice walking tours of Toronto, of all of the walking people. I call her my streetwalkers, my favorite streetwalker. Of all of the walking people, she's the one that I like the best. Around and about with Lizzo, I like hers as well. She's got a nice pattern. And then I like the people out in Niagara Falls, Hidden Jackpots, and We Go Tours. Okay, so we're putting some peas in here, mixing up, mix. That's enough mixing, getting boring there. Yeah, see, the problem is this is going to be a short video. Okay, so here we're going to cut up some shrimps. Okay, so this cutting up shrimps seems to take a long time. How long we recorded? I recorded cutting up shrimps for how many minutes? Hey, a minute and almost 2 minutes. Okay, so let's see. What do we got here? So we're taking some shrimp, cutting off the tails. Okay, we don't need that. And now we're cutting up the shrimps. Let's leave that together. Let's make this a hair faster, not much, 120%. Okay, so that's good. Let's zoom, come down a little bit more to just fill the screen better. Okay, that's enough of getting shrimp out of the bowl. And now we're going to cut up the shrimp. Okay, basically all of this is good stuff, right? Let's go down a little bit, move it over. Cut, 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 cut. Pardon me, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me, dry here. Let's have a sip of water. Cut, 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 cut. Okay, there's a jerky part there. Cut, 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 cut. That's nice. Okay, did you make this any faster? Speed and duration, 100%. Does it make it 120, 130? Did it speed this guy up? Speed and duration, 120. Okay, let's go. That's good. That's good. Okay, so we're mixing that up. Okay, we don't really need to see that much of the board. I'd rather see more of the bowl because I'm going to mix it later. Okay, so now, what have I got? I've got my mixture. And now what I'm putting in is some fake crab. Or imitation crab, as the ladies at the fish market like to say. Okay, let's bring that up. Bring that down. Mix, 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 mix. Get rid of this dead space there. Okay, now what did I do here? Okay, so here we're putting in mayo. And oh no, this is the yogurt, and this is the mayo. And as I wish I'd used sour cream, it would have been a little bit of a tangier flavor. Mix, 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 mix. There's the end. Let's zoom out a little bit, center it. There we are. That's nice. Mix, 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 mix. Zoom out a little bit. Does that look good? That looks good. Yep, I like that. So we're only 4 minutes and it's almost done, right? Hey, Cesar Mocha, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate the company on a Wednesday night. I was just out of the boat. The boat's out of the water. Summer's over. There's no Wi-Fi where the boat is, so I don't think we're going to have another live from the boat until the spring. Let's see, what are we doing here? Lemon juice. Okay, we're going to put in some lemon juice. Let's go a little bit smaller. That's nice. I like that. Okay, so this stupid camera has got the first 8 frames. has no audio. And if I'm going to have the audio, then I don't want a bit of dead air there. Let's just go back and check to see, see if there's anywhere else that I'm starting a clip right on the first frame. Okay, so there's a clip on the first frame. Okay, so where is my, pardon me, where is my audio? So my audio stops there. Okay, so I've got to take out 8 frames. That's okay. The hand is moving. I don't mind that. I thought I would have a lot of non-action there. Oh, here's another one where I did the same thing. What do we got here? Pardon me. It's dry in here. So again, let's get rid of 8 frames. Looks okay. Looks okay. We're good there. And now here, where are we? We got some of that. Okay. Facebook friends are after me. So yeah, so this is a ChatGPT recipe that I was going to research a whole bunch of recipes and get some ideas and then make my own. And I figured I'd let ChatGPT do that for me. Okay, let's get rid of. Okay, we don't need that. Let's just waste of space. Okay, what am I doing here? Okay, cut that off. We don't want. Get some dead space there. But I do want to see the whole piece of dill here. Let's go to 100. That's good right there. How many seconds is that? That's 15 seconds. That's okay. 15 seconds cutting up the dill because we got to talk about the dill a little bit. And then here we're going to bring this in. Make it smaller. Move it over a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so interesting. ChatGPT wanted me to use the dill as a garnish. And I decided to put it right in because I do like the taste of dill. So it was a nice flavor. Okay, now we're going to serve it out. That's the end of the action. 5 minutes. So this is going to be a short video, even with the let's center this a little bit. Yeah, the first time we did this, I grabbed the shrimp. The second time I did it, I grabbed a piece of fake crab. And I like the grabbing of the shrimp better, so let's get rid of that. What's this? Okay, so we got some ingredients at the end here. And we got our seagull, right? So that's that. So what are we at? 5 minutes and 36 seconds. So it's a very short video. Okay, so, but that's basically our our recipe right now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat and take this and stick it on here. Don't need that. And so this is our ingredients. So now we're going to change this to be ingredients. And the recipe itself, so instead of red onion, I've got green onion. Green onion, frozen peas, mayo, sour cream. I'm going to leave that in there as this. I'm going to talk about it. A tablespoon of lemon juice, Dijon mustard. I did not use any Dijon mustard. Fresh dill, and I did not use that as a garnish. I used it as an ingredient. Okay, so there is our cooked shrimp peeled and deveined. So let's get rid of that. That is our ending. So now we're up to 5 minutes and 36 seconds. It's much shorter than I had hoped for. Bear with me. I'm just going to go and check something. And we're only into 42 minutes of this live. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to bring in. I'm not going to do I don't have the captain recorded. I'll do that tomorrow morning. And I don't have the captain. Yes, I'll do that tomorrow morning. So let me just leave this for a minute and come back. I have to just check something. We're good there. We're good there. We're good there.
I'll be a few more minutes.
Okay, so let's see. So we've got a few minutes in my allocated hour. So let's get back. Let's do a couple of things. No, I don't want to import anything. Edit. File, open recent. Let's see. Back to Mango French. Okay, so what we want to bring from here is a couple of things. We want to bring the that, bring that, and we want to bring this. Please like, subscribe, and we want this is what the ingredients look like. Let's copy that and bring that over to the other project. Where are we going to stick it? Let's stick it at the end. And this we'll just bring over to the beginning. Okay, so let's do this as if we're not going to have the captain, right? So it's not breakfast. It's a salad. And what are we going to call this? It's shrimp salad by AI. Okay, I like that. So that's sort of catchy. It's telling us what we're doing. Okay, so here, this is our thing for ingredients. Now, let's bring that. So what we're going to do here, this is the ingredients. So I already did this. Let's take those ingredients, and that's the ChatGPT thing. And now this is our actual production ingredients. Ingredients. So that's that. Save that so we don't lose it. And yeah, let's go back here for a minute and just clean up this. So 6 ounce, 8 ounce. Let's go 2 cups. 2 cups. Small pasta. Get rid of that. This is editorializing. Cooked shrimp. We don't need that. Cup celery. We're fixing the action is in there. So frozen peas, mayonnaise, sour cream, plain yogurt. Okay, so the plain yogurt is higher up. Mayonnaise to lemon juice, fresh dill, salt, pepper to taste. Okay, so that's good. What did I do here? Did I lose my chat? I did not lose my chat. Okay, so that's my ingredient list. So now let's take this little ingredient header and paste one here. We've got celery. Oh, what happened to celery? Okay. Green onion. Frozen peas. shrimp. Oh, okay, so I forgot to add imitation crab. So let's do that right now. After this cooked shrimp, 1 cup imitation crab. Let's put that in here. Don't want to forget that in the summary. Where are we here? So after the shrimps. We don't need that. Okay, so the ingredients, we don't need any of this, right? Because this is the activity, not the ingredient itself. Okay, so that's good. I like that. Okay, so now here we've got the fight crab. Is there any other ingredient after that? Okay, so that's the yogurt. That's the mayo. That's the lemon juice. Yeah. That's the dill. And I don't actually show myself putting the salt and pepper in. In fact, when I did it, I forgot to put salt and pepper. And then when I started eating it, I was not happy. So I did add some salt and pepper to it. Okay, so now this one is going to be salt and pepper to taste. Okay, this one is going to be fresh dill. 2 sprigs. Fresh dill. Two sprigs, that's good. Nobody else has come to visit my live, so we're going to pull the plug on this in 5 minutes. Right, mango. Okay, so here we're putting in a tablespoon lemon juice. This is half a cup of mayonnaise. Actually, I think I use Miracle Whip. This is, let's get rid of the word Greek and just put yogurt. Let's go back here. Okay, let's get rid of the word Greek. Yogurt. Okay, what am I putting in here? Okay, so this is 1 cup imitation crab. This is half pound of cooked shrimp. I think I used a little bit more than a half pound. Nah, maybe you're right. It was a bag. Maybe I did use a whole half pound. Okay, what's in here? This is half cup frozen peas. I think that's how much I used. This is a 1/4 cup of green onion. I think that's a fair estimation. This is a cup of celery, half cup of celery. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it was a little bit more. And 2 cups small pasta. Very good. Now here, so I don't want this to be encroaching on that. 4 seconds. Start there. That's good, 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 good. Okay, so we have accomplished a lot. We've got the figured out how to build in this talk about AI. Now the thing is, how long did I make this? 16 seconds. And I think it'll take me longer than 16 seconds to talk about my thinking behind AI and using ChatGPT to give me a recipe. So I'll have to write the script for what I want to say there. And then here, so this all looks pretty good. This all looks pretty good. It's 7 minutes and 35 seconds. Why is, because I got, what's this here? Okay, we don't need that because we brought that in. And this one, we need to move this to where we want it to be to tell people that they should like, subscribe. Let's do that at the 1 minute mark. Good. So there's a bit of action on the screen, and they will see that. So this is pretty well what we're going to do. I like this. I got to figure out how long this is based on reading these ingredients. This particular length was the good length for the mango French toast, but there was only 3 ingredients in mango French toast: mangoes, egg, and bread, and syrup, I guess. Here we've got a little bit more that we're talking about. So having said all of that, I'm going to thank everybody for coming by. And we're going to close that. And we're going to save the chat. 2, 5, 10, 2, 9, live, edit, AI shrimp salad. We'll save that. Simple text file is perfect. And we are going to, unless anybody has come on board recently, no, we haven't had any more people come on board. So I'm going to save that, bring the boat to the middle. And so we'll see how I'm going to do this. Instead of being out on the boat, I guess what I'm going to do is do a couple lives, like restreams, where it basically relives sailing over the summer. Some interesting and some not interesting, less repetitive, more repetitive items because the boat's out of the water. So I'm going to thank everybody for coming by and press end stream. Do I want my stream to stop? Yes, end.